Breaking news! The Denver Broncos may have discovered the perfect formula to dominate the Colts in Week 2, and it's not what you think. There's a bold move brewing behind the scenes, a shift in strategy that could change everything for Bo Nix and the offense. But is Sean Payton taking a risk or making the smartest adjustment of the season so far? Stick around, because I'm about to reveal everything, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. Before we begin, like this if you're orange and blue, and if you've been a Broncos fan for over 2 decades, comment below. Go, Broncos! My heart is orange and blue. Now let's begin. Week 1 offered some eye-opening moments and exposed both strengths and areas in need of tightening up. The Denver Broncos are heading into Week 2 with a clear plan, not just to win, but to dominate. The focus begins with a renewed commitment to the run game, and that's not just media speculation. It came directly from the head coach himself. Sean Payton openly admitted, "I've got to be better there," when asked about establishing the run early. That's a powerful statement from a veteran coach who knows the margin for error in the NFL is razor thin. And he wasn't just throwing generic football cliches around. He meant real, strategic adjustments. After a slow start with only 9 rushing attempts in the first half of their Week 1 game, the Broncos exploded on the ground in the second half, finishing with a whopping 151 rushing yards. The catalyst? Adjustments in zone blocking and a better understanding of how to utilize their dynamic backfield duo, J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey. Let's not forget, R.J. Harvey's electric 50-yard bounce-out was the kind of play that gets fans out of their seats. Dobbins brings the power and burst through the middle, while Harvey delivers agility and speed to the edges. This 1-2 punch is no longer theoretical, it's the real deal. Tyler Batty and Jaleel McLaughlin are nice rotational pieces, but make no mistake, this backfield belongs to Dobbins and Harvey. Creating space up the middle for Dobbins to hit those interior gaps and letting Harvey operate in the open field is the formula. You saw it, I saw it, and clearly, Sean Payton saw it too. The Broncos don't need to get fancy, they need to stay committed. You can expect more of that aggressive ground attack early against the Colts, who struggled defensively in Week 1. Next, we've got to talk discipline. The pre-snap penalties have become a nagging issue, and not a new one. Since 2024, Denver has been 3rd in the NFL in delay of game penalties. That's not a stat you want to be near the top of. These drive-killing mental mistakes put Bo Nix, the offensive line, and the entire play-calling rhythm in a bind. And look, this isn't rocket science. It's about getting into the huddle faster, communicating clearly, and executing the snap with urgency. Fixing this doesn't require a scheme change. It requires focus, sharpness, and accountability. Speaking of Bo Nix, it's time we address the rookie quarterback's role in all of this. There's been plenty of debate, but the data speaks volumes. When Bo throws the ball fewer than 30 times in a game, he's thrown 8 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Let that sink in. That's not coincidence. That's game management done right. And I know that phrase, game manager, carries a negative connotation, but it shouldn't. Not in this case. Nix is still developing. He's got 18 starts under his belt and needs the game to slow down a bit. In Week 1, the moment looked just a little too big. His deep throws were off, and the majority of his completions came in the 0 to 10-yard range across the middle. So what's the move? Let Bo Nix thrive in his comfort zone. Aim for 27 to 28 attempts with high percentage throws. Ask him to complete around 20 of those for 200-plus yards and a couple of touchdowns, no picks. That's a recipe for success. That's how you win while allowing your quarterback to gain confidence and rhythm. But none of this offensive strategy matters if the defense doesn't come ready to shut things down. Let's flip the script to the other side of the ball. Jonathan Taylor is no joke. He's one of the league's top backs, and even though he didn't shine in Week 1, you can bet he'll be more dangerous in Week 2. The Dolphins made a critical error against him by stacking the box on just 16.6% of plays. That simply won't cut it. Denver's defense is elite. There's no question there. But even the best units need to game plan smart, and that means loading up the box to stuff Taylor before he gets rolling. The Colts' offensive line is solid, and if you let Taylor get momentum, you're going to regret it. The Broncos have to force Daniel Jones to beat them through the air. That's where you want him, trying to solve one of the league's top secondaries. We've seen Jones crumble under pressure in big moments. Don't give him a safety net. Take away the run. Make him win it. And if he does, you tip your cap. But odds are, he won't. And while we're on the subject of Jones, let's talk mobility. The man can run. He's got long strides and decent speed. That makes him dangerous when the play breaks down. The solution? Keep a quarterback spy on him. Someone who can match his pace and anticipate his movement. Jonah Ellis could be that guy. He's got the size, the quickness, and the motor to track Jones across the line of scrimmage. While Justin Strnad or Alex Singleton might also rotate into that role, Ellis has the ideal profile for shadowing the quarterback, staying in his face, and making those clutch open field tackles that shift the momentum. The goal here isn't just containment, it's intimidation. Hit him once, hit him hard, and he'll think twice before taking off again. Force him into a pocket passer role where Denver's D can do what it does best, lock down and wreak havoc. Because here's the thing, while we've broken down the offensive game plan, defensive pressure, and how to contain a mobile quarterback like Daniel Jones, there's one more piece to the puzzle that could tip the scales in the Broncos' favor, the emotional edge. And make no mistake, this team is playing with a chip on its shoulder. Bo Nix knows the noise around him. He hears the doubters. He knows that national media isn't quite ready to buy into him as a franchise quarterback. But what's brewing inside that Broncos locker room is belief. Belief in Bo, belief in Sean Payton's system, and belief that this roster has what it takes to make a playoff run right now, not in 3 years. That belief is fueled by veterans like Cortland Sutton and Garrett Bowles, who've seen the lean years and are now hungrier than ever to bring winning football back to Denver. And then there's the wild card, this defense. It's not just a good unit, it has the potential to be dominant, like top 3 in the league dominant. Patrick Surtain too is quietly becoming a nightmare for opposing receivers. Baron Browning brings speed off the edge, and the addition of players like Jonah Ellis adds that versatility and unpredictability that Sean Payton and Vance Joseph are so clearly leaning into this season. They're not just lining up and playing vanilla football. They're scheming to disrupt, confuse, and break opposing offenses mentally and physically. That kind of defensive aggression could completely shake Daniel Jones' confidence early, force a couple of bad throws, a few failed third downs, and you might see the Colts spiral into desperation mode. And when a team plays desperate, mistakes happen. Let's also not forget the home field advantage. Even though this matchup is on the road, Broncos fans travel well. And if Denver can start strong, get a score on the first drive, force a quick 3-and-out, the tone of the game changes instantly. It becomes a test of discipline and poise, and right now, Denver looks more prepared to handle that than Indianapolis. There's also something brewing in the offensive playbook that hasn't been fully unleashed yet, tempo. Sean Payton hinted at it during post-game interviews. While the first half of Week 1 was more conservative, the second half saw the Broncos increase the pace, using motion, misdirection, and tempo to keep the defense guessing. If that element gets turned up early against the Colts, it could lead to early mismatches. And with weapons like Marvin Mims Jr. and Jerry Jeudy, if fully healthy, Bo Nix won't need to hit 50-yard bombs. He just needs to get the ball into their hands and let them do the rest. One area to watch closely? Red zone efficiency. Denver moved the ball well in stretches during Week 1, but they need to be more clinical inside the 20-yard line. That comes down to execution, play calling, and Bo Nix's decision-making under pressure. Does he take the safe throw, or does he force something that isn't there? That's the maturation process, and Week 2 offers a perfect chance to show growth. If Denver can convert red zone trips into touchdowns instead of field goals, that alone could be the difference in a game that might tighten up late. Then there's special teams, often overlooked, but not by Sean Payton. The field position battle will be critical against a Colts team that doesn't have the firepower to consistently drive 80-plus yards. A solid performance from the punt and kick coverage units, coupled with strong returns from the likes of Mims, can set up short fields and keep the pressure on the Colts defense. And let's just circle back to that final score prediction, Broncos 24, Colts 17. That number isn't pulled from thin air. It reflects a belief in Denver's ability to control the game's tempo, limit mistakes, and force Indianapolis into uncomfortable situations. But it's going to take all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams, playing in harmony. Sean Payton's message to the team has been clear. Don't get complacent.